write a poem so simple that we'd all understand it in a breath. And it would be as if after I read it, all who hear it take a deep gulp of common sense. Because for some reason, I feel irresponsible. So I come in like a town crier, wake the town and tell the people. All waiting, well I reach. Because I sit down and survey society, serious or no? For about a year now, I watching in earnest. And people talking crime this, crime that, but I realize that the seed germinating right in your own nest. So I say I go talk to the fathers. Daddy home? Daddy home? Okay, roll call. Mommy, present. Anthony, present. Keisha, present. Baby Natalie, present. Daddy? Daddy? Problem number 1. Okay, so statistics say that it's women raising this generation, but we didn't need the UN to tell us that, because UN seeing men in their homes, and UN seeing who hanging out on the corners, so UN seeing their faces on the papers going to jail for all manners of misdemeanors. And seriously, if US see, then just like a tricanal carnival baby doll, your eyes wide shut. And all these men missing from their wives and children's lives means what? You see, what we're seeing today is the end product, the tree. And the tree that we see shaky and weakened, producing compromised fruit, because they grow without being able to tap into the right source, a firmly grounded root. So the father's not there, because they caught up doing their own thing. And the mothers don't have time to bake bread again, because bread they have to go out and win for the family. And then it hit me with soul-shattering clarity. It's my fault. And if you're looking for somebody to blame, don't just sit there and nod your head at me. Because it's your fault too. We sell out the country, and maybe the true traitors are among us sitting silent. Imagine, we could mobilize an entire nation, every single person, to vote for Anya. All you remember? And she win. But here in Trinidad, we coining a new definition for the term barrel child. And who talking? Long time we could have taunt each other with that term when all your clothes and shoes come down in barrels from your immigrant mother. But now, Kiana's name leaves a bitter taste on your tongue. This country's 6-year-old barrel child. Yep. New definition. People, when the family unit mash up, we fail in our children and nobody talking. But we could start anew. It's up to me, it is up to you. Teach your children education. Let us stand up for this generation, and then each parent will become a superhero, like a beacon, shining on a mountain. I want to write a poem so simple that we'd all understand it in a snap. And it would be as if after I read it, all who hear it get shaken back into reality, out of their surreal trap. Because for some reason, I feel irresponsible. So I come in like a town crier, wake the town and tell the people. All they waiting? Well, I reach. Vote for we and we will set you free. Since Rodden he primed, that's what they're saying. But Lord knows time's changing and I keep seeing the same thing. And you know what Captain Griffith say about crime? Every day we're making strides. Well then, by all your own standards, we must be going around in circles, because all them strides could never be in a straight line to progress when obviously things getting worse. I pretty much reached the point of suggesting that to deal with crime, we hire a mathematician on spot. Because at least he will understand, unlike the rest of the nation, that 7 into 2, it just cannot. By January 2, 7 lives were already snuffed out, gone from the land of the living. There will be blood. Like we in a movie that Quentin Tarantino directed. And we in a sugar-induced coma, because as far as we're concerned, Trinidad sweet. And carnival round the corner. People, we could do better. And if we don't raise an alarm and show those in authority how much it matters, we just sinking ourselves further. So don't complain only when you're in your private quarters. Your voice matters. I want to write write a poem so simple that we all understand it in the blink of an eye. And it would be as if after I read it, all who hear it could see their own soul reflected in a mirror and take a long look inside. Because for some reason, I feel responsible. So I come in like a town crier, wake the town and tell the people. All you waiting? Well, I reach. You could picture this. Imagine in a country it have men catching their nenen to meet two ends, and no matter how hard they try to do it, still can't make the ends meet. But in that same place it have businessmen who do business about men and far less the country, unless their business fixed and they don't have to eat cricks to survive. And if you're color in white, right, they don't even know you're alive. But oil could be oozing out your undersea pipes, crude and black, and cover 10.5 miles of beach, killing marine life. And what? Because you just get served imported steak and chicken, and you don't have nothing to do with fishing. And remind me again just who talking? But the fishermen who need the sea to provide for their family, well, they're fresh out of luck. And while you sitting comfy in your headquarters, and as far as I could see, you don't give a what they supposed to do when the only time they see you is on show down at the beach with cameras in tow. Not think it's a puppy show. But eventually the pendulum swings. Mommy used to say, one day for police, one day for thief. You're not always on the upswing. Ask Ramadan Singh. Because when the pendulum swings down, even the whitest of colors turn brown. And that's just the order of things. Like Valentino say, birds that fly high, they have to come back down to die. All you understand what it is I saying? I want to write a poem so simple that we'd all understand it at the drop of a dime. And it would be as if after I read it, all who hear it could get transported back in time. Because for some reason, I feel responsible. So I come in like a town crier, wake the town and tell the people. All you waiting? Well, I reach. Ask any person today over 50 and they tell you back then was much simpler. Bring back the old time days. All you remember that one from Nappy Myers? I figure he was a man ahead of his time, yes? But in these times, there are people out there who think that what is mine is theirs too. But me and you never join no susu. You think the mighty Shadow could have ever imagined that at 72, he'd be held up at gunpoint? That in his prime, when he was given his time to the development of the culture of this country, somewhere his oppressor was born and being raised in disrespect and tyranny? You had to be kidding me. And not too long after, they go on and hold up Denise Plummer. I'm sure she never thought she'd use "what is this" in that context. But that is what we get. We spoon feed this country disrespect. It no longer takes a village to raise a child. The new trend now is that it takes a child. And unless I am your mother, and in some cases, even though I am your mother, I can't tell you what to do. What a mess for truth. I wonder if we like Trinidad so. And if we don't, then what are we going to do? I want to write a poem so simple that we'd all understand it in a breath. And it would be as if after I read it, all who hear it take a deep gulp of common sense, because for some reason I feel responsible. So I come in like a town crier, wake the town and tell the people. All are waiting? For what? Because you see, at the end of it all is time we get up, shake up, speak up, and come to your senses.